All right, on to a question from Bob B. When will Disney finally build another hotel in California? The demand is clearly there.
Ooh. Well, it actually, it's the more interesting question is, will we see, the 3 hotels there, will one of those disappear? And actually, there's been some discussion of Paradise Pier. Again, that was a purchase. That was the Pan Pacific. It was a long history before it became a Disney property. And as they look, you have to understand that Mr. Iger, now that the Disney's California Adventure situation has been fixed, they're continuing to look at, can we turn the Disneyland Resort into a multi-day resort? And the belief in house is they need a third park.
Really? Wow.
And then from there, it's like, okay, so in order to build a third park that is, in fact, this guy was making this joke last night when we were at dinner, the effect of, I referred to them as the strawberry fields, where they've been the Toy Story parking lot for how long now? Since 2001, thereabouts? I'm old. Anyway, so that's where the third park would go, but that means that you now need to build another ginormous parking structure, which supposedly will be built where the Timon parking lot is right now.
But they just go up.
Yeah, they're going to have to. And more to the point, given that the Pacific Pier is right abutting this, it's like, well, look, all right, if we're going to be building this giant parking structure, if we're going to do this, this is the time when we're just taking everything down to the ground to build up the parking structure. Let's take down the hotel at the same time, put it in a hotel. Conversely, though, there is
you can have walkways and stuff. I kind of, sort of, maybe see the logic of doing that.
Though the other thing that's fascinating is the other area that actually has been, I've seen multiple iterations of the plan for the first standalone DVC for Disneyland.
Really?
But they built that in the 3-hour parking area for downtown Disney. When you come in,
oh geez,
go to the MC, the sports, ESPN, but right there. But the same thing, that means in order to do that, you have to expand the pre-existing parking structure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because then where do the DVC people park? Yeah, that'd be a hike then.
It would. So it's all for me. It's always fascinating when they talk about Disneyland because it's chess moves on a very tight board, and you can only when you build something up, you got to take something down.
Yeah.
And
there's just no land where you just bring in the equipment. You got to demo first.
Yeah, but Iger, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes in behind Iger if they share the same enthusiasm for the notion of let's take the Toy Story lot, not the Strawberry Fields, and make that into a land that celebrates Marvel and Star Wars. Which, by the way, because that's supposedly what's going to happen, means the plans for Tomorrowland at Disneyland just got really interesting.
So their time frame for doing this. So if they do a Star Wars land at the studios, if they actually move forward with Avatar beyond the concept drawing phase. I mean that was already pushing them back to like 2018, 17, 18. So they're not going to do 3 simultaneous domestic parks at the same time. So you're looking like 2020 for this.
Yeah, but the weird thing of it is they do honestly believe, particularly with Disneyland's 60th anniversary coming up, in 2015. They have to do something. They have to do something besides but no, that's exactly. So they're looking for the gesture. They're looking for the thing that shows that they do, in fact, believe in the future of the property. But at the same time, it's hard not to be just thrilled with what's happening with DCA, with the attendance bump and what it's done for occupancy rates and all that.
Yeah, it's up 20%, 22%. So
very impressive.
Oh, interesting. Very cool.